Greetings, everyone. Today we're going to explore and mostly review our inequality symbols. Make sure you have your note sheet for this. Let's do a quick definition review. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares quantities. You've actually been doing this since kindergarten. In kindergarten, you were maybe given 3 shapes and 2 shapes and asked which one has more. We wrote the mathematical sentence a little differently back then, but as you progressed through elementary school, you started adding the symbols. Now we're going to specifically deal with numerical values, and we're going to compare using our symbols. Quick review of those symbols. This is in your notes, so you'll want to fill this box in. If I'm pointing to the left, my inequality is less than. Now please place the word is less than. Because as you know, less than is also an operational word, right? If I say 5 less than a number x, well, that means x minus 5. So the key word is. That's how we'll know if it's an inequality. Therefore, if I jump down, if it has the bar under that, that is less than or equal to. And that makes sense, right? It's half of an equal sign, so it makes sense to have that equal word. And if you memorize one half, you'll remember the other half. If that's less than, then this one is greater than. Make sure you write THAN. And then this one would be is greater than or equal to. Now we're also going to work on graphing on a number line. So if I am just less than or just greater than, then we would have an open circle because we're not including the value. So when we go to graph these, you're going to reference back here and you want to graph an open circle. Now, if it's or equals to, that means it's included. It could be equal to. So we're going to call that a closed circle or dot. And you could say shaded dot, you could say closed dot, you could say closed circle, you could say shaded circle. I mean, I don't care how you explain it. What I care about is that when you draw it, it is filled in. Let's start off with some basics, right? This is an introductory review lesson. So let's start off really basic, true or false. Is 5 less than 4? False. Now we could even go back, I mean, maybe this is a connection. Do you remember in elementary school talking about inequality symbols as an alligator or a crocodile? You eat the bigger number. Or another way, maybe another teacher explained it to you, is talking about how we point to the smaller number because it's smaller, and we open to the bigger number because it's bigger. I am open to how you've learned this in the past, but I'm just going to share how I'm going to read it and explain it in Algebra 1. In Algebra 1, I would read this is 1 greater than negative 3. Yes, it is, because all positive numbers are greater than negative numbers. Is 12 less than or equal to 12? True. It is or equal to. So that little bar made all the difference here. Is 7 greater than or equal to 9? False. In this example, 9 is the greater number. Is negative 3 less than or equal to negative 10? This is false. Now you might look at the 3 and the 10, but these are negative numbers. So if I think of a number line, negative 3 is here, negative 10 is here. Negative 3 is bigger than negative 10. So because they're both negatives, we got to think about where they're located, what their value is. Another way to think of it, if it's helpful, is to think of a thermometer, right? Negative 10 is colder than negative 3. Is negative 8 greater than negative 4? False. Again, we're dealing with negative numbers. Even though 8 looks bigger, negative 8 is not bigger. Is 0 less than -2? False. 0 degrees is warmer than -2. Is -45 less than -45? False. Because there's no or equals to there, one is not less than the other. So I have to say false on this one. A quick introductory video. You might have another lesson that goes with this, so make sure, as always, to check Google Classroom to see what your task is, to see if you have another lesson to fill in. And until next time, have a good one.